When Forrest Fenn, an eccentric art dealer, announced he'd hidden a treasure chest somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, complete with a cryptic poem that held the clues, he sparked a modern-day gold rush. Treasure hunters across the country went wild, and as years went by, many still believed the prize was out there, waiting to be found. The one to finally solve Fenn's cryptic puzzle? Jack Stuef, a soft-spoken former journalist turned medical student who took on the challenge in his spare time. And this is the story of how Jack, a librarian at heart, unraveled one of the most elusive riddles of our time. Jack stumbled on the treasure hunt in 2018, nearly 8 years after it started. He wasn't a treasure hunter by any stretch, just an ordinary guy who happened to see an article about Fenn's hidden chest and the cryptic 24-line poem that allegedly led to it. At first, he laughed it off, but curiosity has a funny way of taking hold, and soon he was hooked. Jack's inner puzzle solver came to life. He started combing through internet forums, reading posts by treasure hunters who had spent years dissecting Fenn's every word. The first line of the poem read, "Begin it where warm waters halt." To most people, this was pure poetry, but Jack saw it as a hidden roadmap. He reasoned that warm waters could mean a spot where rivers met or perhaps a natural hot spring. But Fenn had lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and was well known to frequent Yellowstone National Park. As Jack dived deeper into Fenn's life, he learned that Fenn loved fishing spots along the Madison River. Could this be the beginning? Jack kept digging, metaphorically and eventually literally. The warm waters clue led him to Madison Junction, where two rivers meet, the Gibbon and the Firehole. To Jack, this seemed perfect, a warm meeting point at the gateway to Yellowstone. His inner compass seemed to point him in the right direction, but he was only at the beginning. If real-life treasure hunts get you hooked, don't forget to subscribe to Talescape for more unforgettable true crime and mystery stories. Next up was the line, "Take it in the canyon down." Jack figured that if Fenn intended for people to go downstream, he must mean the Madison River. So Jack followed its winding path through Yellowstone, finding that it led to a secluded spot known as 9 Mile Hole. This spot had it all: a tranquil setting, wild landscapes, and crucially, it was a favorite fishing haunt of Fenn himself. The area checked all the boxes, but it would take more than just proximity to crack the code. Jack combed the poem for the next clue. When he reached the line, "Put in below the home of Brown," he paused. Was Fenn referring to someone named Brown, or was this yet another poetic disguise? After some careful thought, Jack decided that it was likely referring to brown trout, which thrive in the Madison River. To him, putting in seemed to mean entering the river near a good fishing spot for these trout, which led him straight to 9 Mile Hole. But this hunt was no walk in the park. Jack spent weeks braving Yellowstone's unpredictable weather and rugged terrain. With only the poem, a map, and his instinct, he spent long days crouched over rocks, looking under logs and searching crevices. But still, nothing. And just when he began to lose hope, he remembered a crucial line, "If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold." What did "in the wood" mean? Was it literally hidden among trees, perhaps under logs? He started searching near the bases of trees and beneath fallen branches, and there, under a rough pile of logs, he found it, a bronze chest filled with gold coins, jewelry, and artifacts. The moment felt surreal. After years of mystery and miles of search trails, Jack had cracked the code. At first, Jack decided to keep his identity hidden, choosing to remain the finder in the forums and discussions. But the story grew, and soon the pressure mounted for him to reveal himself. In December 2020, after 6 months of public intrigue, Jack came forward. He didn't reveal the exact location, wanting to keep 9 Mile Hole protected and honor Fenn's memory. He later sold the treasure, valuing his hard-won prize at $1.3 million, and quietly returned to his studies. Today, Jack's story remains legendary, a testament to curiosity, persistence, and a love for puzzles. Forrest Fenn's poem sparked a decade-long hunt that spanned cities and rivers, forests, and mountains, and made one man's passion for poetry and the wild come to life. Thanks for watching Talescape. If you love stories of hidden treasure and unsolved mysteries, make sure to subscribe.